Dear friends, Assalamu alaikum. As we know that the factors of production are limited in supply around the globe. So when these factors of production are limited in supply around the globe, what we need to do? We need to use all these resources in most efficient possible manner. So the usage of all these resources have greatly changed in last 200 years. Today, almost nothing is produced by the usage of skill and effort of one worker. Today, every worker or employee is specialized in one particular skill, and every business is specialized on one particular product. So this is the concept of a specialization. What is a specialization? Specialization occurs when people and businesses concentrate on what they are best at. So this concept of specialization has evolved a lot during last 200 years, and it has evolved during three important factors. Number one, technology. Number two, increased competition. Number three, enhanced living standards. As technology is changing, the companies, organizations are trying to adopt the latest, the modern and the better technology in order to produce better quality products with greater quantity as well. So technology is again creating the specialization or increasing. So for each task, specific specialized machines and technologies are being introduced in the market. The second important factor is competitors. Competitors play a very important role again. So competition, increased competition in the market, businesses are trying to, capture the maximum market share. So as a result, they try to produce in a better way, better quality and quantity so that customers will be satisfied. So they are hiring the specialist workers or the employees, and they are adopting the better and best technologies. The third important factor is the living standard. The changes in the living standard is also considered as that it has improved the specialization concept in the market as well. People want better quality and quantity of the products. For that, the individuals are also for themselves, they are also trying to get specialist skills in order to get jobs in this specific field. And besides that, businesses are providing the relevant products and the services which customers want. So these are the important factors: technology, number one; number two, competition; number three, changes in the living standards. These are boosting the specialization in the market. For example, Mr. Shahid owns a furniture business. He prepares the table and delivers to the customers. Mr. Shahid started this business, he was 200 years ago. The usage of resources was 200 years ago. The resources, again, I told you, land, labor, capital and enterprise was different. After 200 years, nowadays, the usage of all these resources has changed. So take an example, Mr. Shahid, 200 years ago at the furniture business, he used to cut the wood for preparing the table in step 1. Step 2, he used to assemble the table, and in third step, he used to polish and finish the product, and fourth step, he used to deliver the product by using his card to the customers. So Mr. Shahid was all alone doing all these tasks. It means he was in the cutting department, he was in the assembling department, then finishing and polishing, and then the delivery of the product as well. So it means when Mr. Shahid was carrying out all these tasks all alone, so he could possibly finish or make a product only one table per week. After 200 years, Mr. Shoaib, who owns the same business of Mr. Shahid in the family, he is now using again the 4 steps in order to produce the table. But what are these 4 steps? Step number 1, wood for 20 tables is cut by specialist machine. He uses the specific specialist machine for cutting the wood, number 1, for 20 tables at the same time. Number 2, carpenters assemble the table, the second step, where the different couple of carpenters come together and they assemble the table. Then in the polishing department, few workers work and they polish and finish the table. Then the fourth step, transportation department is responsible for delivering the product to the retail furnitures in the market. So what makes the difference between Shahid's approach and Mr. Shoaib's approach? 200 years ago, there wasn't the concept of specialization or division of work, another important concept. Now, Shoaib has used a specialist machine. He trained the specific employees in the assembling department and polishing and finishing department as well, and the transportation department is separate. So he's using the concept of specialization and division of work. So what is division of work? It is when the production process is split up into different tasks and each worker performs one of these tasks. It is a form of specialization. Now, division of work is, in simple words, means the task is divided. For example, if we would like to prepare a complete table, we need to divide that whole task into different pieces. That was cutting the wood, assembling the wood, a table, finishing the table, and delivering the table. This is division of work. It increases the productivity. So now, Mr. Shoaib is able to produce 20 tables per week as compared to Mr. Shahid 200 years ago, only 1 table per week. It means the usage of land, labor, capital, and enterprise has changed greatly in these 200 years. So dear friends, we have the advantages and disadvantages of division of labor as well. There are 2 advantages of division of labor. Number 1, it increases the efficiency and output of the workers, because workers are doing the same work again and again. They become a specialist and they become expert in that particular task. Number 2, less time is wasted, because one worker from one bench to another workbench, because assembling the people who are working in the assembling department are expert in assembling. The people who are finishing the product are expert in the finishing or polishing. That is why less time is required in order to finish that product. Now, there are disadvantages as well. For example, employees are working in the same department and the same task, same work again and again, so they might get bored. As a result, their efficiency and output may reduce. Number 1. Number 2, the second disadvantage of division of work, division of labor is if one worker is absent and no one else can do the job, then the whole production process might stop. So these are the 2 disadvantages of division of labor. Dear friends, I hope you understand the very basic concepts of specialization and division of labor. So like, comment and share this video. Subscribe my channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon for upcoming videos. Thank you very much.